Hey folks, welcome to the RBL Studios. I'm Jerry Stevenson, Chief Redneck in Charge at the Redneck BBQ Lab, McGee's Crossroad, Benson, North Carolina. Here today to show you guys how to make something special for dessert. That's right, lemon blueberry cornbread cake. We're going to show you guys how to do it at home just like I do it at mine. The first thing I want you to do before we get into this recipe and how I do it, I'd like for you to go down here and like this video, share it with your friends. We're doing this for y'all. We're trying to inspire folks to cook, trying to get people together, make meals together, bond, spread smiles and happiness. Also, I know you're already a subscriber, but if you're not, I won't tell anybody. Go down here, click that subscribe button, and more importantly, click on that little bell icon they have on there. That way, you'll be notified as soon as any of these new videos that we're doing here at the RBL Studios come live and premiered. You guys will know when they're on. That way you can see them first, see what we're doing here. And as always, please leave your comments and your suggestions as to what you thought about this video and what topics you guys would like to see me do in the future. Like I said, anything and everything we'll try except for dancing and singing. That's where we have to kind of draw the line on this. So, let's hop into this recipe. This recipe was basically inspired, Miss Melissa James took me to a restaurant for brunch one day in Texas, and they had these pancakes, and they were sourdough pancakes, which is really cool. Not a big pancake guy, but I like the idea, the concept of this. But they had this pancake on there that just kind of struck me because it was two things that I really liked. It was a blueberry lemon pancake. And I was like, wow, those are two flavors that I thought would really go good together. And then when I ate it, I was like, wow, it was really good and really tasty. And it was one of the things that I brought back home with me, like with all my travels that I get to do, competition and kind of exploration. As I've been able to go kind of across the United States back and forth, I've been able to pick up bits and pieces and stuff and bring them here to North Carolina and kind of do our take on that memory that I had and make this into a memory that you folks can do at home along with some of the products that you already know and enjoy. Product that I'm talking about here today that we're going to be using as our base is the Redneck BBQ Lab cornbread mix. Now this was a cornbread mix that I started out with that you folks helped me perfect. You folks meaning we worked on this recipe, we opened and messed with it, and we had complaints and suggestions and everything. And then after a while, people quit complaining and said, we like the cornbread. So in all, reality, you guys were the big inspiration about where and why this recipe is what it is there at the lab. And you guys are also the inspiration as to why we put this in a bag. We put this in a bag so you guys can get it. You folks down in Onslow County, you folks over in the western part of North Carolina and stuff can get this. It's available at a lot of different stores. You can find this product along with any of our other products that we have, our sauces and our rubs. Go to our website, www.theredneckbbqlab.com. Find our sauce. Find our sauce. Enter your zip code, do a little search radius thing, press a button, and voila, it'll show you some places. It'll also, we've got some online distributors for you folks that are out of state or even out of country. You guys can go on there. The online distributors can go ahead and process your order, get it shipped to you, and that way you guys can enjoy kind of what you're seeing here today. So let's hop into this recipe. We're going to make our basic cornbread mix, and if you guys already know, we've shown you guys here on our past videos of how to make our cornbread mix. We've also showed you guys how to do several different other things. We've done our jalapeno, cheddar cornbread, as well as a strawberry cornbread cake. So, if you hadn't seen it, you may want to go down there and check out these videos. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start out with 2 1/4 cups of the Redneck BBQ Lab cornbread mix. Go ahead and put that into a bowl, along with 8 ounces of water. Today I'm using butter. If you guys know and follow my recipe before, you know I like margarine because the oil in the margarine is a little bit better with the butter in terms of keeping this product moist for longer periods of time. But today we're using butter. Butter's just, it just works with this. That lemon, butter, and blueberry combination is phenomenal, phenomenal. That's a new word for me. 1 large egg. And we're going to, usually I already whipped that egg up. I'm just going to kind of break it up a little bit, break that yolk up a little bit. And we're going to gently combine this. Just gently kind of fold this together. I just want it just to come together. I'm not really looking to whip it, you know, or beat it all up or something. The next part of our recipe that I'm going to show you after I get done and adding a few other of the special ingredients is we let this kind of sit and autolyze, and the autolyzation really is what makes the magic happen in this stuff. A lot of the incorporation occurs naturally. You know, you don't have to physically beat this stuff to death to be able to kind of get everything to come together. If you just let it sit, a little bit of patience, let it sit. I am going to put in a little bit of vanilla extract. This is pure vanilla. You do not need but a little bit. So I'm going to do my best to do just a little. We're probably looking 1, maybe 2, 1, 2, maybe 3 drops. Just a hair. This would be a great time. One of the techniques I learned a long time ago watching somebody was they used to keep the little probes where you could kind of go in and the eyedropper probe you stuck in there and kind of went bloop, bloop, bloop. Animation, verbal animation's free today, folks. Next thing that I'm going to end up putting into this is our lemon. We're going to use the zest in this, not lemon juice in this. We are going to use the zest of the lemon in this. That's what I think. When I had these pancakes with Melissa that day, one of the things that I just remember was there was these bits and pieces of this lemon zest was in there. And it worked. Lack of a better word, it just worked. And if you're smelling this right now, you'd understand why it works. I can already smell the cornbread mix. I can smell the butter. Just kind of smell it all. Now, probably if we're keeping count at home, you guys know I'm not a big recipe guy. I cook by feel. I know with baking, you're not supposed to cook by feel. But that was probably about a half a tablespoon of lemon zest that I just popped in there. Man, you just want to take a spoon and eat this right now. I mean, it just pops. I've got some fresh blueberries, and as you can see, my fresh blueberries literally just came off the vine here. We're blessed in North Carolina. It's blueberry season right here midsummer, and we've got some really good blueberries. I missed a couple with the stems. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to incorporate, I've got basically a pint of blueberries right now. I'm going to put probably about 2/3 of that pint in there right now. Save these others for later. And I want to gently, really gently now, I don't want these blueberries to bust. Now if they bust when we're cooking is one thing, but I really don't want to bust these blueberries up in here right now. So I'm very gently incorporating this in, kind of mixing it up. Making sure that I kind of get everything in there together. Not so much as whipped it up, but just kind of get stuff distributed kind of well. I'm happy with that. Man, like I said, for the 50th time, this smells awesome. All right, next thing we're going to do, cast iron skillet. You can cook this in a baking pan the way that we do our cornbread in the labs. We do it in full sheets. Our recipe is made for a half sheet pan. So when you see our recipe down here for the original recipe, how we do it in a half sheet pan, we do it in a half sheet pan where it's thin. Now this, we're going to do it in a cast iron skillet, so it's going to be thick. It is going to take probably about 25 to 30 minutes because there is a lot of wet ingredients in here. Plus, it is raining outside North Carolina and humidity is about 1,001,000%. So just by knowledge, I know that the recipe on here, usually it takes about 15 minutes, 17 minutes, kind of give or take. It's going to take probably about 25 or 30 minutes. So just anticipate that, and we'll talk about that a little later. I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes to get done. But you folks up in the mountains, it's going to take longer. You folks down on the coast or in the desert or something like that, it might not take as long. So just remember that about baking. Baking is one of those things that's done like barbecue when it's done. Normally I hit this with butter to kind of butter this up before I put my cornbread in. There's already some butter in there today, so I already kind of got that buttery flavor. We're just going to use some non-stick spray oil on this. I really want to make sure I get this well. There's a lot of sugars in here. Not only there's a little bit of sugar with the cornbread mix, but we've got the sugar in here from the blueberries as well. And these blueberries, some of them will bust, so they'll release some sugar, and it can cause some sticking, and sticking's bad when we go to kind of get this out of there later. So let's go ahead and pop this into the pan. Get all of that out of there. Kind of move this around just a little bit. Good thing about blueberries is you can kind of see them. You can see they're kind of bunched up in certain places, just trying to get them kind of situated all over the place. Put that right there. Last thing I want to do is this. I don't know where I got this with baking, but I know you don't do this with soufflés. Boy. Here comes my redneck grammar again. Soufflés is, I give it a little bump like that, kind of pops the air bubbles out, brings them out. So now what I want to do is I'm going to cut my oven on 400 degrees and let it preheat. It'll take probably about 20 minutes. I want this to set for about 20 minutes. Like I said before, it's autolyzed. Right before I pop this into the oven, I'm going to take the rest of these blueberries and I'm just going to sprinkle them around on top. So that way they don't kind of sink to the bottom. Some of these blueberries are going to sink. They won't float or anything like this. I'm trying to keep this stuff in layers so it looks really cool for you guys. And we get a little bite of blueberry with every bite. So let's go ahead. We're going to go in there, pop on the oven. Let this sit for about 20 minutes. Put it in that oven 400 degrees. Probably, like I said, 25, 30 minutes. It should be done. May take more, may take less, but we'll be back. I'll let you guys know how it comes out. See how we did. All right, folks, we're back. RBL Studios. Our lemon blueberry cornbread cake is now done. It cooked for 30 minutes to get to this stage. What I was looking for was not really so much as a golden brown on top, because there's so much liquid to this. It's not like our cornbread that'll get brown on top when the liquid starts to dry and the sugar start to caramelize. There's a lot of water in there and it's just not going to get brown. But what I could tell was on the outside, you can kind of see the ring where it shows that it started releasing from the sides, and I know it's starting to brown on the bottom. So let's recap how we got to this right here, just to go back on it before I dive into this. We used the Redneck BBQ Lab cornbread mix, the one you guys helped us develop over the years there at the Redneck BBQ Lab. We used 2 1/4 cups of that to 8 ounces of water, 1/4 stick of butter, 1 large egg, and we mixed that up into a mixing bowl. That's the basic recipe for our cornbread to make a half sheet. And a half sheet is, I guess it's the 20-inch by like 12, 13-inch wide pans. That's a standard half pan. If you used the whole bag, it would be like what we made at the lab, is the whole full baking sheets, the big ones, commercial sheets. Today we were using the 9-inch skillet. If you're making that cornbread mix in a 9-inch skillet, it's going to take it longer to cook because it's taller. See, if it's this way, it cooks quicker. This way, it just takes a while longer. So there's a little hint on cooking the regular cornbread mix. So we made a regular batch of the half batch of the cornbread mix, and to this we added a couple special ingredients that friend of mine, good friend of mine, Melissa James, had turned me on to. Was the lemon blueberry sourdough pancakes down there in Texas. We added lemon zest to this, along with a couple drops of vanilla extract, the real stuff, not the fake stuff, as well as we had a pint of blueberries. Added 2/3 of the blueberries in here and mixed it up in a bowl. Just kind of gathered it up, got it all kind of together, not whipped it up hard or anything when I was breaking the blueberries, just kind of gathered it up together and got it all wet. We seasoned our cast iron skillet with some cooking spray to hopefully keep it from adhering. There's a lot of sugar in this, so sugar helps it stick, so hopefully we put enough in it. We let this sit for 20 minutes while our oven was heating up at 400 degrees. At the end of the 20 minutes, when the oven was preheated to 400 degrees, we threw this in. It did take a full 30 minutes to cook. A lot of that, like I said, has to do with all the water in it, conditions. It's raining today, and the humidity in North Carolina is about 1,000,000%. So here we are. This is what we have. Now let's see how we did. So say a little prayer. I'm going in here cutting this thing because I always say that. It's sticking is really a big thing with me sometimes when I bake. I know I use it, the nonstick spray, but this is one of those times I think. And of course I don't have the little pie scooper. Just got to remember sometime that I'm gonna have to go get a pie scooper here to get this out. Try my best to try to get this out all in one piece. My mom's like, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas, son, a pie scooper. There, I got it all. Well, most of it out. Cook gets to sneak one every now and then. I'm gonna finish this off with probably my favorite childhood thing growing up. A little bit of Cool Whip topping. And there you have it, folks. Lemon blueberry cornbread cake. Guess now I need to try it, huh? Let's see how we did. I'm gonna try a little bit first without the Cool Whip. I do love Cool Whip. Man, we got blueberries. Remember how I said we put 2/3 of the blueberries in there and folded it in and sprinkled some on top to get it all the way through. You can see we got blueberries all the way through. It should get a nice bite. Man, that's good. It's moist. And I get the lemon in the background. A little bit of vanilla. It's not too sweet. It's just right. It's not too sugary. It's just right. The flavoring of the blueberries and the sweetness of those blueberries along with that lemon is just outstanding. The rest of this might not find its way to Mr. Baker over there who's filming this right now. He's probably really wanting a piece, so it's that good. I highly recommend it. So there you go, folks. Lemon blueberry cornbread cake, Redneck BBQ Lab style. Once again, thank you guys for coming into the Redneck BBQ Lab studios, the RBL studios here. I'm Jerry Stevenson. I am the Chief Redneck in charge at the Redneck BBQ Lab, East Cross Road in Benson, North Carolina, along with my friend Mike Baker here doing the filming. Vent Webcasting is his company. He's the man that puts this magic on, helps get this stuff out to you guys to see. So do us all a favor, please. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Click on that bell so you guys will know when the videos are coming out and when they're premiering right away. Also, leave us your comments as to what you thought about this video, as well as your suggestions as to what you would like to see us tackle in the future cooking-wise here in the RBL studios. Your insight is invaluable to us. Much like you guys just sharing the love with us at the store, we're trying to share back with you guys by doing this. So once again, we appreciate it. As always, folks, you can find any of our products, the cornbread mix, our barbecue rubs, our sauces, right down here at theredneckbarbecuelab.com. And that's /findourSauce. Go there, drop your zip code in, type it in, do a search radius, hit the button. It'll show you the stores on a map where they're at in terms of where your house is at, to where the sauces or the rubs or the cornbread mix is at, and where you can find it. And if you can't have a place or you can't find a place that's close by, if you live out of state or even out of country, there's several of our purveyors that carry our products that do ship online. They can get it to you. They're there. If you find it, if you have any questions, hit us up right here. We'll do our best to try to answer them. So once again, folks, before we leave you guys, please be kind to one another. Be patient, smile, be positive. Let's make this world a better place. It all starts with you, and it all starts with I right here, you know? So, love you guys, mean it, and thank you, Miss Melissa James, for passing on that lemon blueberry pancake that really inspired us to create this here in our studios today. Thank you guys, we'll see you later.